and the bustling city of Portland, Oregon. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Mounties of Paris taking on the Sentinels of Portland. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. These guys with 2 straight home losses to start the year, hoping to have better luck on the road here in week 3. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a carry for Allen. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
It's a gain of a yard.
Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Butler. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 95 yards and a score.
And you can tell early they're going to look his way quite a bit, and he made himself available on that one.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. But you look at this defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
The 13 yards that time and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Here's Allen. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And this one is right through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they have 3 first downs and 3 points. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing is McDonald. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 43 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They go play action with McDonald. To the left side, he finds Teslaw. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Isaac Teslaw, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Sentinels are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
3.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now Allen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They work now on 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Butler. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Butler. He's got his target. That's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down, Harris.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes. And
he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Braylon Allen, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Mounties are once again back in front.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
At the 36-yard line.
He's got Thompson here, complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Lying.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Got it. Ready?
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Here we go. Check. Ready.
Here's Knight on the handoff. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
He was brought down by Trevin Wallace.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
They run the counter. Conley. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
His 48-yard line.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and they'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Well, just say thank you, Mr. QB. That ball gets tipped in the air, and they come out with a 1st down.
You said it before, sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, but what you have to do as a defender, that ball's in the air, you've got to go up and get it, and at worst, knock it to the ground.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Play action. It's McDonald. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be second down.
Second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10.
3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Sentinels have moved out in front. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive spans 13 plays.
Monty's 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
26-yard line.
The Paris offense out to have another go at it. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Allen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a 3rd and 6.
Come on. Hey, go.
Here's McDonald to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. Here's the Paris offense ready to take possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They stay on the ground with Allen. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these 2 clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's McDonald. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready.
Here now a 3rd and 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fielded at the 43. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And here's the Paris offense ready to take possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Operating from the gun, Butler. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Butler. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
First down, Monty.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake. Butler. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And that is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And here's Brad Robbins now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. McDonald sets to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll run on 1st down. Conley. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
That's another. 1st and 10 at the
A final shot before break. McDonald. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together. McDonald. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
At the 50-yard line.
Off play action. McDonald. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. On the RPO, that's complete right side. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Okay,
So
break.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Back. 19 target.
A run with Knight. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready?
Out of the gun, McDonald. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his receiver to slow. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. McDonald. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Off the play fake. McDonald. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here we go. Strike. Go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Sentinels take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score
that time a 9-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Out of bounds, so he couldn't take it a distance, but all the way inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. Maybe I go out there and try and stop them, but boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Portland's offense now about set to take over. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. They'll try the middle with Gurindo. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
Back to throw. McDonald. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here's Guerrero on first down. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 14
yards. That's another Portland first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ready, go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On
the give, it's Guerrero. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's another Portland first down.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
That's good for a Portland first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. And 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
This is Knight. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw. McDonald. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up the defensive touchdown.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 39 yards there, a big one. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air, but his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well, and he just provided one.
Come on. Set.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Off play action. Butler. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake. Butler. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback. but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
From the gun on third down, Butler. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Here's the Paris offense ready to take possession. And they look to cash in. Excellent field position. 4-yard line, first and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Butler. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And he's got his man on the out route. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
Here we go. Ready.
On the carry, here's Knight. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And here's the Paris offense ready to take possession. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
They run the counter. Levy. And he's across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Mounties have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The offense will line up for a...
They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And this is going to be intercepted. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
The Mounties offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point. And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had. Thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun. McDonald. Caught by Turner. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Here we go, here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
At the 26-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Many. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. That means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Paris offense out to have another go at it. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Off play action. Butler. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
From the gun on third down, Butler. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. They'll come up, 1st and 10 here. Throwing is McDonald. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Back to throw. McDonald. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
2nd down and 10.
Back to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
That's good.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout.
1st and 10.
As it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Viking.
On 1st down, Conley. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the
And now down to 24 seconds after the spike. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Ready.
Now a give, right side. Conley. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Paris offense ready to take possession. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
At the 31-yard line.
Off the play fake.
Butler. Now he's going to step up and run.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First down, Montees.
Off play action. Butler. Pass incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10.
Looking to throw. Butler.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Off the play fake. Butler.
And it's caught. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Now the try here for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score. Montees.
So the drive there took 6 plays.
So it's our visitors that come away with a victory here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.